Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today we are doing the NFL ranking all defenses in the league, and just like we did with the offense, we did with the ranking offenses, we're doing with defenses now with all 32 NFL teams, man, and we're just going to get straight into it, you know what I'm saying? So first off, we have the Saints defense. Do they even still get Cam Jordan? Mid defense. They have a mid defense. I think the Saints defense is mid. They don't have much. I don't think they have much CB room. I'm not sure. I'm not. Guys, listen. If I sound a little bit crazy with this, my bad, because I'm not really that. I focus more on offense side of the ball, so defensively, I'm not all the way focused. So I only know like some of the big players on defense. So there's that. Dolphins defense, they're good. I know they got some players there. They got Jalen Ramsey and a couple of other dudes. I don't remember all their names either though. So that's another problem I have, which I need to start learning more on the defensive side of the ball. So there's that. The Ravens, kind of a down year for them, but I still say they have a good defense. They just need someone to put them at the, that kind of level. But I'll put the Baltimore Ravens a good defense. I think their defense is not bad. Talk about a bad defense. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta admit, Bengals defense is trash, man. We had a terrible year last year. I mean, it was crazy, but honestly, some of those games we could have won, but missed the kicks, and like we should have won some of those games in November. I'm gonna get rid of this layer, but I am gonna put him in not good defense. This is still not a good defense. I would hope that they ace the draft so that we could be put back up to like one of these two, so that we could actually try to make a run for the Super Bowl this year. So hopefully we have a good draft. But yeah, I gotta admit, the Bengals, sorry, you don't have a good defense. That was a tragic season. Ooh, my bad. The Broncos defense, super good. I like what they have with Nick Benito. They got a lot of other good players too. Just can't remember their names. I don't pay attention to a lot of defensive player names. Again, I'm going to say it again so I don't have my comments blowing up, talking about some. Well, this defense ain't good because you didn't say this player or something crazy because, I have a terrible memory when it comes to defense. Offensively, I know like almost every player because I pay attention to offense most of the time. But yeah, defensively, yeah, Broncos, they're pretty good. Giants, they have pieces. I'm not going to say they're a bad defense. I think the Giants have pieces on the defense, but it's just their offense. Their offense is just the problem. So, the Giants, to me, I think they have a good defense. Call me crazy, but they got pieces there in that front. Their front was decently good last year, I think. Maybe CB room and safety room is different, but I do know their front was actually decent, so I'm going to put them in a good defense. I think they had a solid season on defense. Just the offense was just, yeah. Drew Lock, you had Tommy DeVito, you had everybody playing for the Giants last year, so kind of makes it hard when your defense is doing most of the work. So the Vikings, they have a super good defense. They have an underrated defense, honestly. They really do. But yeah, I'm going to put them below the Broncos, though. I think the Vikings have a good defense. They got a lot of good players there. They have a lot of good players, actually, on that front and CB room and stuff like that. So the Vikings, they belong in super good defense. That might be a little bit of a stretch, but I understand how people can make an argument for putting them in just good. So yeah. Ooh, Rams. I liked the Rams defense last year. I really did. I think it was better than the Ravens, to be honest. Actually, the Dolphins, too. I think I liked the Rams defense last year. They had a pretty good season, too. It's just their offense was just a little bit... They had some games where it just wasn't clicking, so... That's the only problem the Rams had last year, and then they just lost in the playoffs, so... To the crazy Eagles, which is... can't really blame too much on that when they have, like, literally every good player in the NFL. But yeah, Tampa Bay. Ooh, yeah, I like this. Their defense is super good. I don't care what anyone says. Um, they have a lot of good. You know what? That's still a stretch. I'm gonna put them in good. Tampa Bay, they have also good defense. They got a lot of players there too, though. They do, they do. I just don't know if I would take it over the Vikings. I don't know if I would put. I'll just put them in low end of super good. Tampa Bay, you know, they have a good defense. They have a good defense. The Lions, ooh. Okay, hear me out. This might be a this might be a big stretch, but I put them in super good top defenses. I think they got Ed Reed this year. They're gonna have Aiden Hutchinson healthy again. They're gonna have him in training camp and stuff. They also got Zadarius Smith still on their team. I think. I'm not sure. I think he might have left though. But still, with Ed Reed, or wait, maybe not Ed Reed. Something Reed. I don't know why I said Ed Reed. Maybe it is Ed Reed. No, definitely not. That was an old Ravens player. I don't remember. Like I said, I don't remember these guys' names, but I do remember, yeah. So, someone Reed, and then he was a good player, and then they're going to have Aiden Hutchinson back, so that's my excuse for them having a top defense. Speaking of defenses to being good, the Bears are going to be a really good defense. I like the Bears defense. Personally, I like the Bears defense. You know, they had some points where they were just like holding teams down, but it was just Matt Eberflus and that offense just, it was just broken for half the season too. So, I mean, the Bears actually started off pretty okay, decently with Caleb Williams, but then ever since that time management happened with Matt Eberflus, sorry about these ads, those things are annoying. But yeah, it was just bad, bro. San Francisco, woof. Alright, I'm going to put them below good. And they have a chance. They still have, like, Nick Bosa and players like that. Actually, I'm going to put them in high mid. High mid for the Niners. They got Nick Bosa and stuff like that, but they lost hell a lot of players, man. They really did. They lost so many players this offseason. But a lot of them were, like, aged. So a lot of them had, like, a higher age. So hopefully, that, you know, if you're a Niners fan and you're like, oh, crap, we lost so many players. Hopefully it's a good thing because a lot of them are older veterans. And if they have a solid draft, they might actually be able to be bumped back up to, like, super good and that. Don't think it'd be top defenses. But I still would say, like, super good, somewhere in there, if they have a solid draft. I do think they will be, like, right here by the end of the draft, like, somewhere right here. But, yeah, I think the Niners, as of now, though, mid defense. Really mid, because it's kind of like, it reminds me of the Bengals defense. Only Nick Bosa, Trey Hendrickson, even though we have problems with Trey Hendrickson right now, so that's not a good thing. Hopefully we can get him signed. Because we really need somebody to do stuff. And, yeah, we need to get another player, too. But, yeah, the Niners, Nick Bosa. But they also have a couple more, like, CBs and that. They got more, like, depth to their defense than we do. Because, yeah, you understand it. But, yeah, I'd say, the Niners, yeah, I would say they're mid-defense. Eagles, okay, no doubt, best defense in the league. Best defense in the league, for sure. The Eagles, man. My God. It's crazy. Cooper DeJean, you got freaking, I mean, it's crazy. They have so many great players on that defense. I don't know how they do it every year. The Eagles are just, that front office for the Eagles, I wish we had it, man. Personally, I wish I wish all of them would come to Cincinnati and rebuild this defense because holy frick, we need that. We need a rebuild from them, bro. They know how to build a defense. Okay, next team, we got the Raiders. Okay, the Raiders. Max Crosby. The Raiders, I'd take over the Niners. They still have a lot of pieces they need to re-get on. Actually, they have let's be honest, the Raiders still have pieces. Their offense was the problem last year. They had no run game. Brock Bowers was good, but yeah, other than that, they just had like no run game and no quarterback. So, yeah, Brock Bowers did have a good season and all, but that was literally their offense. Him and part of some games from Jacoby Myers, and that's it, bro. So, yeah, the Raiders. I still put them in good defense. The Packers. Jair, I like this. Putting the Packers above the Vikings. I think they're a super good defense. They're pretty young on defense, too. They still have Jair, though. Oops, I did not mean to do that. But yeah, they got Jair Alexander and stuff. They still have a super good defense. It's just, the offense has to. Jordan Love's got to stay consistent, and he's got to get some more playoff wins, man, for the Packers. So they're pretty much a ready team. They just need probably another wide receiver, honestly, and then they will be able to. They'll need like a freaking. I don't even know anymore. Somebody like Chris Olave or something at this point. Nah, not Chris Olave. Like a Tyreek Hill or something. I think Tyreek should go to the Green Bay Packers. Honestly, that's a good team for him. That'd fit. Um, Washington. Their defense wasn't terrible last year, but I still say they need pieces, man. I still would say the Washington Commanders are mid defense still. Um, oh, yeah, I still say the Washington Commanders are mid defense still, even though, I mean, they did let up a lot of points. You got to realize the Eagles destroyed them in a lot of points. They let the Bengals have a lot of points against them in that one game, but it was expected, which is crazy, but we still lost. Yeah, they let a lot of teams have a lot of points on them, and I don't think people realize that, and just because how successful they were on the offensively, which surprised me more than the defense, because I mean that was crazy. I don't know how Jaden Daniels turned a whole bunch of nobodies into somebodies, like De'Ami Brown, and I mean Noah Brown's okay. He could play probably a 3 or 4. De'Ami Brown, I did not know can literally play football at all, if I'm being honest. So, I mean, he turned Zach Ertz really good too. Like, with his old age, like, holy crap. Jaden Daniels did a good job with that team, but the defense still needs some players, which I think that's where they're going to mainly aim in the draft. They probably should get another. Oh, yeah, and they also got Deebo Samuel, so they don't really have to worry about the offense side of the ball again, because they still got De'Ami and Noah Brown still. Maybe another running back too, because Brian Robinson, I don't think he's the best, but I still think he'd be a solid number 2 running back. Even probably the best number 2 running back if there was any. But yeah, enough yapping about the Commanders. The Cardinals defense, mid, also mid. Although they did have Buda Baker in that. The Cardinals, bro, they had a mid defense. I mean, they didn't play terrible, though. I mean, they played all right. They had a good defense, or mid defense. It was just nothing special, nothing bad. So it was all up to the offense, which got them 8 wins. Which your defense, they got to improve their defense a little bit more, though. Still, and then probably get Kyler Murray maybe another I don't know if honestly I don't even know if he needs another weapon. It's just all about I don't know. Yeah, he definitely does not need another weapon. Just give Marvin Harrison another season, bro, because he was in his rookie season. Let Marvin Harrison have a breakout season. Let Trey McBride do his thing, and let James Conner do his thing. And the Cardinals, like I said, bro, the Cardinals told y'all they were gonna get 8 wins this year. Next year, I'm looking at 10 or 9. Cardinals are gonna get 10 or 9 wins next year. I'm gonna say they go 10-7 probably if they improve their defense a little bit more. So yeah, the Cardinals, they should be pretty good. The Steelers, okay, like the Steelers defense. I'm putting them at top defense. Listen, hear me out. I know a lot of people can make the argument, but they got T.J. Watt, Mika Fitzpatrick. They got so many players on that defense too. Or big playmakers too, and that's all they really needed. They got I mean, they just got a lot of people, bro. It's kind of like the Eagles defense, but they have less depth, if that makes sense. So the Steelers, I will put them in top defenses, but probably on the bottom half of it. There's an argument. You could say they're super good. You could say they're good. There's an argument for that, but I still say they're super good with Mika Fitzpatrick, TJ Watt, and co. But yeah, Bills, they got rid of a lot of veterans last year, and honestly, they did pretty good. So I'm gonna put them in below the Raiders or above the Raiders. I think the Bills have a good defense. They just need a couple more players there, and I think they'll be. And honestly, they had a good defense, so I mean, they don't really have to do too much to it now, as long as everybody has the season they had last year. Except they need to actually beat the Chiefs, and I did not mean to click that button. But yeah, if they can get over the hump, man, and get in the playoffs and make some noise, good for them, you know. The Falcons, I think they have a great defense. Their defense is really good, actually. The Falcons have one of the most underrated defenses in the league to me. They got Jesse Bates. They have so many players too. Like, it's ridiculous. They got Matthew Judon, even though he's old as frick, but he's still kicking it. And the rest of their defense is actually pretty solid. So the Falcons, to me, have one. I think the Falcons are one of the teams that are gonna be ready to make some noise next year. They're gonna be wanting to make a little run here next year because they got the wide receivers for it. I'd probably say they need one more because Kyle Pitts is not like done too much, but he's still like got some yards and stuff. Obviously for the Falcons, but I think they need like another wide receiver, and then they're getting ready to rumble here. Bijan's good. They also got Drake London. They got Darnell Mooney, which was actually pretty solid when Kirk Cousins was playing. So there's that. The Seahawks on defense, they lost a lot of players. This might be a stretch, but they lost a lot of players too. It's kind of like the 49ers. They lost a lot of the good players. They're mid defense. Mid defense. So, sorry. Actually, you know what? I'm putting the Saints down here, but no, never mind. Yeah, okay, yeah. The Seahawks, mid defense, because they lost a lot of players too. And, yeah, it was kind of sad for them. But the Patriots, I like their defense. Their defense is not bad. They're a good defense. They're starting to like tumble down a little bit on that super good defense role, but I still think they're a solid defense. The Patriots got some pieces as well. I got Christian Gonzalez and some more as I cannot name because I can't remember their names, but you know who I'm talking about. You know. That's how you put it. The Browns, they got Myles Garrett back, so I think they deserve to be in like the below of super good defenses. They just need to get that goddamn offense fixed, Cleveland. Like, what are y'all doing? Holy crap. That offense is pookie, booka, booka, booka. It's scary. It is pretty scary. Not in a good way either, so scares themselves more than anybody. The Texans, I think they have the Texans. Didn't they lose somebody though? They lost Danielle Hunter, or did they get, I don't remember, dude. I'm still going to put them above the Vikings. I think the Texans have a super good defense as well. Now, that might be crazy, because I know they did lose a player, but I still think the Texans, last year, I would probably have put them up here. But I'm going to put them up with the Vikings. I think they still are pretty good at defense, so they allowed a lot of, they didn't allow too many points, so I mean, a lot of those games, they didn't allow too many points, so we got to give them props for that. I think they did lose, like, a couple players, but that's it. But I still think they're super good. They have the draft coming up and all that, so there's that. The Cowboys, I know a lot of people are not going to like this, but they also belong in super good, let's be honest. The Dallas Cowboys have Micah Parsons. They have a lot of players as well. They got Trayvon Diggs, even though he didn't have the best season last year. But, yeah, the Cowboys, they have a super good defense. Let's be honest. I mean, there's no denying that. If you say their defense is bad, you're just crazy. The Chiefs defense. Okay. The Chiefs defense belongs above or below? I'm gonna put them below the Cowboys. I think the Chiefs defense is really good as well. Also a team that's just like loaded up with defensive players, which is crazy. Their defense carries them, bro. I'm telling y'all, once they start losing them defensive players, bro, which is likely to be like next season, they're gonna tumble down a lot, and that's just gonna hurt them. Mahomes is gonna get aging. He's gonna be aging, man. He's gonna be like 23 million years old. So, yeah, I think Mahomes can be like 31 this year, so that's good. So he's aging, but a little bit, just a little bit, but yeah, Chiefs defense goes above the Packers, and frick you, Chiefs, just because. The Chargers, oh god, they lost a lot of players too, but I still think they have a good. I'll put them at low defense, low good. I don't think the Chargers are gonna do as well as people anticipated because they lost Joey Bosa and stuff like that. But honestly, it wasn't a big loss, but it's still a loss. It still was a loss. So rest in peace. And if you hear anything in the background, guys, that's just the babies. Don't worry about them. They are fine with my mom and that, so they're just crying because, well, they're babies, so you know how that is. Shout out to them. But, the Jets, Jets is tricky, honestly. I'm gonna put them above the Chargers, though. I think the Jets have a good defense. It's just, I'm gonna put them above the Giants, too. It's just they haven't been the same with that offense, bro. That offense is absolutely not good, and, yeah, the Jets, man. Going to put them in good, but they could drop. They could really drop from here next season. So, the Jets are really selling that defense because I think they also lost some players too. If we're being for real, I don't remember though. Like I said, y'all know all this stuff. I kind of do and don't at the same time. If that makes sense. The Panthers, I'm not really too familiar with their defense. I think they're not that good, honestly. I'll put them above. Yeah, I'll put them below the Bengals. I don't think the Panthers are that good of a defense. They're really I don't know. They don't really have any pieces there. They got that one dude though. That's all I know. The rest are kind of like random odds, so. And they got like one good CB, I think, so. Yeah, the Panthers on defense are pretty cooked. But I could be wrong. They could be above Bengals and Saints, but that's all I know, man. The Titans defense, let's give them credit. The Titans defense was actually good, but it was just their offense with oh god, Will Levis. Jeez, y'all, if you know about Will Levis, man, you know, you know. But yeah, the Titans defense, bro, was pretty good. Or was good, but it wasn't like anything special either, just because their offense, they didn't really have any time to shine. So I'm gonna still put them in like the mid part of good. So Titans, you get to be in good defense. The Colts, I think the Colts, solid defense. I put them below the Titans. I like the Colts defense. They're not bad. They're not too special either. I think the Colts have a good defense. So, not really familiar with their players though. Too. I just know all of them are like pretty solid. Like a lot of them are really solid. So, defensively, the Colts, I'll put them below the Titans. But yeah, I'm gonna put them below Tennessee. The Jaguars, bro, as the last team on this tier list, they're gonna go in. They got pieces too. I'm gonna put them above the Seahawks. I think the Jaguars defense is actually pretty mid too, but they weren't the worst. It was, again, a lot of these teams get sold by their offense. It's kind of crazy. So, but I'm gonna put them below Seahawks. They weren't terrible, but they also was like just not that good either. So, yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this defense tier list ranking. Let me know your hot takes and let me know what you guys think about these teams and how they rank and where would you put them in the comments down below, man. And yeah, guys, and make sure y'all like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And turn on notifications to never miss one of my videos. And we will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.